Hey guys, this is Wolfie here with a movie review on Dark Phoenix. This is the 11th of June 2019. I decided, to reshoot this because I had something going on late last night after I got home from seeing this. But I kind of forgot a couple of things here and there, so as always, this is going to be what I liked, what I didn't like, and the two scores. So what I liked is that when it comes down to the comic book plots, the movie did manage to pull off some of the major points. And when it comes to movies going off of a literature source, regardless if it's a novel series or a comic book series or whatever, it's important to get the major points in there. And the way they did it was phenomenal. And I like the fact that they did a little twist on, how those major points were delivered. However, those were kind of the only two things that I really liked about it. Because, Sophie Turner, she did as an incredible job, in my opinion, doing the whole thing with Dark Phoenix and Jean Grey, trying to battle that sort of thing out. So, outside of all of that, what I did not like, the fact that the biggest thing that turned me off from this film was that the film was rushed AF, if you know the acronym for that one. But yeah, this was very rushed. And for the fact that the comic book saga is 9 issues, and the movie was less than 2 hours, that's the only spoiler I'm going to give you is the length of the movie. And I'm like, yeah, I was wanting more, and I'm like, it just did, the fact that it was super rushed, it really did not work for me. And the fact that there were and then there's only one other spoiler here, and it comes from the movie, the X-Men Apocalypse film. So the fact that if you guys know, it was the final fight in Apocalypse, that completely got omitted in Dark Phoenix. But it's something, I'm a little torn as to something that I could overlook or not, but right now I can't. So that was another turnoff for me. It's like, the omission there. But in the sense, with what I did like about the film is that they got the major points in. So, that could be, some people can forgive this, some people cannot. And, this is one of those films where I think it could be remade. But if this does get remade, it's got to be into 3 films because you're talking... There's a lot of stuff, I felt that went on in the comic books, considering that it is 9 issues, and the movie was less than 2 hours. So it's something that I'm like, it's one of those, it's like, yeah. I'm not really, there were points in the film where I was crying because they landed it good, but I'm like, there's like more to be that could be imagined, So when it comes down to the actual score for the movie, the fan score, for those who are hardcore fans of the X-Men franchise, and I'm an X-Men fan, I'm a bigger fan of the X-Men as a franchise than I am Avengers. So the fan score would be an 8 out of 10, where the biggest points coming off from the rushed plot. My personal score, though, and I do have to be harsh on this because, again, I am a bigger X-Men fan than I am Avengers, and this was kind of disappointing for me, considering I've watched all the X-Men films, and X2 X-Men United is the number 1 for me, since of Marvel films and X-Men films, and Logan being number 2 for X-Men films, probably in my top 5 for Marvel. So, with this, I had to give my personal score for Dark Phoenix a 6 out of 10. It's just, it's not that bad of a film. But I'm like, this kind of, I'm like, I really am on the fence on this one. And I do feel in the end, and to conclude this does need to be remade and expanded on to be a little more true to the comic book plot. So, and I'm going to end it on that, and I will catch you all on the flip side.